Welcome to the Cop Shop Podcast, the Telegraph's weekly compilation of police report oddities and curiosities, with host, Telegraph reporter Joe Kovac Jr. When he took a shower one morning in late September at a motel off Interstate 75 in Macon, a guest set some jewelry and his Boss cologne on the counter in his bathroom. Soon he noticed the jewelry and the cologne were missing. Told of the missing items, a manager at the Palm Tree Inn there on Riverside Drive informed a Bibb County Sheriff's deputy that another guy staying at the motel just might be the culprit. The manager and the deputy, along with the man whose belongings were missing, went to room 340 and talked to the 45-year-old suspect. While the suspect was talking to them, he kept waving his hand around, and the deputy noticed that and put it in his sheriff's report. It wasn't long before the man whose stuff was stolen noticed something on the suspect's finger and said, "Hey man, can I see your hand? Let me see." The suspect shoved his hands in his pockets. The deputy, though, told him to take them out, and when he did, the other man said, "That's my ring on your finger." The culprit gave back the ring, a silver one worth about $50, and took off running. He darted up a hill, and deputies caught him and took him to jail. The cologne did not turn up. One day late last month, a Lizella woman in her early 70s told a Bibb Sheriff's deputy that her 39-year-old son had been at her house and he was, quote, going on and on since last night. She also said he had been talking to himself, being violent, then calm, and that he would then read his Bible and pray. That's according to an incident report of the September 26th encounter. After this, the report went on, the cycle would start over and the son would seem like he was on drugs again. The son, however, told the cops that wasn't the case, that he'd been sober for 2 months and he was, quote, a born-again, holy roller, witness of Jehovah. The mother then led one of the law enforcement officers into her house and showed him a hole the son had punched in a wall. She also showed the officer the deck he had torn from the back of her house. The son said yes, he had done that, but that his mother, quote, misunderstood his reasons. The son, who was arrested on property damage and family violence charges, quote, began to ramble about his father dying of cancer, filling the house with his death stench, the report said. Then the son, in a, quote, rambling narrative all the way to jail, also mentioned being, quote, a gangster for Jesus. And now from our dispatches files. A woman accused of busting a window at the Walnut Street Lane home of a former love interest later admitted she was drunk. A sheriff's report of the September 11th episode said the woman, 25, acknowledged having, quote, an emotional outburst and that she was on medication for depression. She was given the option of going to a hospital for help. She said she'd rather go to jail instead, and did. Overheard on Bibb Sheriff's radio the evening of October 17th, word of a woman complaining that a rooster was going yard to yard and that it, quote, tried to attack her.